Okay, let's do our egg check and our egg count and chick check for today. Let's see what these two are doing. What's going on here, Miss Fanny? She got her pretty little baby. He's going to kick and scream his way in, and some more eggs. Hopefully we're going to get a second one or a third one out of there. He's only 2 days old, so, and he looks like he hatched a little early, so it may be tomorrow that is the day that the next one should hatch. So this is Buster and Gidget. I cleared out their nest. I'll show you the egg video. We did achieve fertility on the last egg, and I'm kind of torn because my guys at the the budgie breeding guys are like, just leave them, they'll reset. She won't be too tired to breed again because she didn't actually have to raise any chicks. But she did produce a hell of a lot of eggs, so I don't know. So I'm kind of torn. They're clearly ready to raring to go again. So part of me wants to take them out and let them rest, but then another part of me is like, that's the only 6 eggs she's laid in the last year that I've had her, so she probably could lay again. So I'm contemplating this, but I cleared out the box, and we'll see what happens. They're clearly very bonded, and I'll check their vents again, so we'll see. I could put Breezy and Aquinas in here. That's the other thing, though. The birds that I have to put in this cage, if I take them out, I already have babies from. Breezy already gave me 3 babies. Aquinas, I've never had babies from Aquinas, but he's Rainbow's son, and I have Rainbow's babies and grandbabies running around all over the place. And I don't want to put Coco and Kobe in here yet because I did the math for how long it took Bubba to become fertile again after his first set of chicks, where I treated them with calcium, and then went and did it with Kobe, and he's not ready yet, so I have to wait for Kobe for another week or 2. So I can't put them in here. So that's, on the other hand, I have no babies from Gidget here, and she's a really high value bird, especially because her counterpart over here, little Miss Lacey, the other lacewing, has a hatching baby today. Today was their due date, and I saw a picked egg. Can you see it? It's kind of rolled around right now, but one of them has a pip in it, and today is their hatch date, so I think we're about to get our first lacewing babies. Of course, it splits lacewing, so it won't look like it, but the genetics are there. So I really need the other lacewing babies to happen here, too. So I think I'm kind of talking myself into leaving these 2. There is Vistus, and his luscious is in that box. Let's see if anything's happening in there. Are you laying any eggs in this box, or are you just hanging out? She says, I'm just hanging out. He's not speaking to me. They haven't been in here long, so that's okay. So, here's Sprite, and his Fluffy is due to start hatching out eggs in 3 days. She's sitting on 6 of them, for heaven's sake. This is Jester, and last time we checked, he had 1 little baby in there. And today is day 2. This is 2 days after the first one, so we should be getting a second one in here pretty soon. Are you gonna let us see, Missy? She says, I am not speaking to you. I see nothing. I see eggs. I think I see 2 babies. Up, 2 babies. Look at her. Right on time. That girl is going to town. Okay, so here is Remington with 5 beautiful eggs and her Razzle. This is Scruffy, and she's next after, I think it goes Haverty and Lacey, and then Fluffy and Sprite, and then Scruffy and Laurel. And she's sitting there, very focused, taking care of business. Will eat me if I stick my finger in there. This is Marine and Stratus, and Marine does not like Stratus, and Stratus just wants to escape the cage. I'm gonna give them a few days. They will figure it out. I saw her go in the box once, and Stratus he's dancing around her, but clearly she's playing hard to get, if you will. I think they'll sort it out, though. Okay, so we had an interesting situation down here. I had to treat Gray for air sac mites. Both he and the hen that he's in here with, Cloudy, had it horribly all of their lives. So he started sneezing when they were breeding, and I waited until the eggs were laid in case it made him infertile in any way. And I treated him for it. And here we are a week later. First chick is hatched, and I open the box, and Cloudy has crust all around her eyes. And I'm like, okay, does she have eye infections? And then I took a closer look and realized that it's snot coming out of her nose because she has caught the air sac mite infection from Gray. So I treated him a second time with the air sac mite eliminator, where you put just a drop on them so that this doesn't get fed directly to the baby. And then I treated her, and in fear that the baby, who is 2 days old and tiny, gets an infestation from his parents this young, it could be terrible. So I went ahead and put a teeny tiny, I just rubbed the edge of the dropper on his skin and put a little bit on him to see what happens, because I don't know, I've never had to treat. But with both parents with this terrible infection, that baby doesn't have a snowball's chance in the oven if I don't do something about it, because when they get the infestation this young, it just really compromises them. So everybody in the whole family's been treated. I'm hoping by the time baby number 2 hatches, everybody will stop sneezing air sac mites all over each other. And I'll keep treating them. So baby number 2 is in there. 24 hours after getting a tiny little tits air sac mite treatment, he's got a full belly. And I don't see any other egg looking like it's getting ready to hatch. But number 2 hatch should happen. And let's see what Cloudy's eyes look like. I'm going to have to take her and put drops on her eyes, because the crust from her nose spreads into her eyes. It spreads into feathers around her eyes, and it crusts hard, and pretty soon she's poking her own eyes out. So I will do that when I'm done with the video. And here is a girly with an egg bump and a pant. These two are going at the speed of light, and I'm really pleased. 2 gray greens, 2 opalines, beautiful big birds, beautiful feather. I should get nothing but fabulous babies out of these 2. Gray green's not my favorite color, but everything else is so perfect. I'm just thrilled. Any eggs yet? Not yet. And there is Hardy. Let's see what his babies are doing in here. Fat, sassy little babies. Oh, what are you doing? Hi, little babies. He says, what's that? That's a crazy thing. Look at how white you are. Look at how white you are. What a pretty baby you have with all this whiteness. Huh? And that little one over there, isn't he cute? He's hiding under Mommy's tail. Pretty babies. I gotta take them out and clean their box again. Maybe we'll be able to see what color the biggest one's gonna be. Okay, so the news is good. It seems that we have hit the time of year, and the health and the diet and everything that's getting everybody producing chicks. So with what I've learned, with next year, what I'll do this fall is late September, maybe the 1st of October, I will put birds in the breeding shed for one breeding, because it takes them about 8 weeks, and then everybody's back out on the flight cage. I'm not going to try and breed anyone in December, January, or February, because when those temperatures at night drop down below 40 degrees, get to freezing, chicks die in the egg. So Now I know. And now you know too. All right. What do you think, Bubba? Should I leave you there? She's a babe. All right. Okay, that's today's chick check and egg count.